What is going on, guys? Best Man here, and I'm finally bringing you another commentary sort of update heading into the MLG Columbus event. And for today's gameplay, I have a Beaver Creek, or better known as Battle Canyon in Reach, Team Slayer with my new team. Yes, I have a new team, as some of you may be confused. And as you can see here, it's me, Ace, Elamite, and Hysteria, and I'll get to that later of how that formed. And we're going up against the new Believe the Hype squad, which is Maniac Reliable, Clutch, and Twin Savior. So I'm going to get this started right now, but I'm going to give you guys sort of a little update of what happened, with the whole team changes and me quitting for a little while, me coaching, just everything that's happened in the past couple of weeks to keep up with the MLG side. So pretty much I was on Final Boss, as you may have known from the last video update I made about Columbus 2012 team, or whatever the video was. And it was me, Victory, Fear Itself, and of course Neighbor. Well, we made that team and we left Hysteria or dropped him, or whatever the case may be, and little did I know we were not going to get the practice that we should have. Victory ended up going to Egypt, and Fear Itself the week after would have been on spring break. So I just thought about it all in all, and I wanted to quit and just go to Columbus. It may be the last event, who knows, and do what I can to still support Halo by streaming and YouTubing and doing other things. But I also had other things that I wanted to take care of in the meanwhile leading up to Columbus, and I just figured it would be best if that when they do get practice, they get another fourth and practice more than they would have with me. So I guess it was a combination of two things: us not getting the practice we should have after we left Hysteria, even though when we were with Hysteria, we didn't really have many options as a fourth, considering everyone was sort of. I think this is before the storm happened too, with the whole status quo Warriors thing. So we really didn't have a fourth at the time. So I guess the leave or drop was not a bad move, but it just sucked knowing that we weren't getting any practice if I did stay with FB. Anyways, moving on. So I quit. I tell Neighbor I didn't call him because I didn't want to get talked back into playing. But it's a funny story. I come back in about a minute. But so I decided I wanted to coach Ambush because I could still play in the free for all in a while, showing up at the event and coaching Ambush. I thought I could bring. It's always a big advantage when you have a player coach, because I feel like I could direct them and they would have trusted me to listen to me. And, all I really would have had to get down was the weapon times, which is not a big deal. But I feel like if I was coaching, I could have, helped them out a lot compared to other coaches who are, decent at the game, but the knowledge isn't there. They don't have the natural instinct. Besides Towie, which I think Towie does a tremendous job as a coach, because when I listen to them in game, he actually tells them when, they're by themselves or whatever they're doing. He directs traffic really well as a coach, and he wasn't really a top player. He was pretty good back in Halo 2, but I just felt like it would have been the right choice if I would have coached, and fortunately that didn't happen because Neighbor ended up calling me and asking me to join back with Final Boss, pretty much saying that they were going to be screwed out of a fourth and they would have teamed with somebody they didn't want to, and blah blah blah. And I told him yes, that's fine, I'll come back. I kind of got talked into it, as I got a betrayal right there. But I got talked back into it, and it's not what I wanted. And I told them I couldn't play for 2 days, or I think it was 3 days at a time. So it was like Monday, Tuesday, and then would have been back on playing Wednesday. And they said I was fine. I was like, all right, talk to Victory and Fear. And he said everything is fine. So I'm like, all right, we'll give this one more shot. Going back with FB. And then I find out Monday they were running games with other people, and I was just really confused by this. The whole point of me quitting was like, just to get all of this out of the way. And I find out they're running up games with, other people, and I was just like, whatever, just team with SK or whoever else they were playing with that night, and I'll do my own thing. And I decided to play, and I was trying to get on a team and or just go for free for all. Whatever the case may be, I ended up getting on a team because there was a pretty big hurricane right 10 days before the event, and I landed up on this team, which is, I guess, will be Shady Halo Kids. I don't think we're going to go with Triggers down. It kind of, if there's more events, we'll definitely change their name, but I invented Shady Halo Kids, and I figured that would have been the perfect term because, as you may have known, Ace and Elamite got dropped for Royal 2 and Snakebite. So that left them as free agents, and Asteria got dropped for Clutch because Clutch is obviously really good friends with Reliable and Maniac. So it's pretty much everyone got dropped, and it's pretty much a leftover team. But I feel like we're doing really well for limited practice we've gotten. We played against Believe the Hype, and we beat them like 17-2 or something ridiculous. Granted, you know, it's online and our host or whatever, but all in all, online does mean something for going into an event, whether it's confidence or whatever the case may be. It definitely means something. So, you know, I'm pretty excited going in. I can't wait till Friday to play in the free-for-all. Once again, that's what I grew up playing Halo 2 on. I preferred playing Halo 2 free-for-all than like 4v4 even, because I mean I wasn't really the best back in Halo 2. So free-for-all was always a good way to get my name out there and play with other people. And get into parties of pros, which was always nerve-wracking because I was like 17 at the time, but trying to get into parties with like Walshy and the Ogres and Carbon. And granted, Carbon were pretty much assholes. I mean, back then, Gandhi, Shockwave, and all of them, they had me on permanent mute because I was like an online kid. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to Friday night at Columbus, and I hope the free-for-all is as exciting as it is playing it for you guys watching online or for you guys playing it at the tournament. So I hope you guys check that out, and I'm predicting that I'm going to be in the finals. I guarantee you that I'll be in the finals of the free-for-all. And, you know, once I get there, I want to win. It was always my goal to get top 8, and I choked back in Halo 2 at Orlando 07. I got 9th, or I tied with 9th with A-Pure Gangster, strangely enough. And this is time to redeem myself. Finally free-for-all back in Halo. Whether or not it's not really the best for Halo Reach, Zealot free-for-all, but it's still pretty fun to play. I've enjoyed playing quite a bit online. And yeah, you know, other than that, got team passes. I think hit a pretty good number for this event, given that there was only 6 weeks for people to prepare, you know, flying across country, as opposed to 2 or 3 months in advance usually, and all the events would be announced in the past. So you know, hopefully more teams show up at the door and we hit that, you know, 190 mark or something like that, and, you know, maybe we'll be on for the next event and for the remainder of the season. Who knows? I have a feeling that they may do a different console for a West Coast event, or a different console game. So we'll see. I hope it turns out well. I hope you guys do your part. Watch online. Open up streams on like 20 different computers if you have to. Do whatever you can. If you guys like the Halo community and you know, enjoy Halo and you want to see it back on top again, then do your part. I mean, if you're not going to the event, then why not watch the stream? Just keep it open. If you can't, you can only watch it a couple hours, you know, the weekend, or if you're working or whatever. Anything helps at this point. You know, the goal was to save Halo, but, you know, you don't want to sound too desperate when trying to revive the community, because, you know, at one point we were a pretty strong community and we have been divided as of late. And, you know, other than that, I think we might have a Halo Council. If you guys haven't checked out any of those videos, I'll put a link to the YouTube channel. We might have a Halo Council at the event or Wednesday, I'm not sure. You know, we gotta do one final rundown of predictions and teams and, you know, shit like that. But other than that, I don't think I have too much else to talk about. The Red Bull LAN was this past weekend, and Status Quo looked pretty strong. Instinct looked vulnerable, as I've been saying. Online, they haven't been dominating as much as they were last year when they were winning events. And Dynasty looks pretty good as well. They dropped legit for Dursky, and Dursky just always seems to make an impact on teams. You know, I'm sort of getting in the other teams right now, but I figured I'd do a little update in case there's no Halo Council this week. I'm not sure. Hopefully we could do one at the event, maybe Thursday or Friday night. Maybe in the hotel room we'll set something up with Nexi, me and Scott, and DMAC, of course. But
the leader.
Yeah, I mean, this game ends up pretty cool ending, I guess. I mean, it's a pretty average game. I have 14 kills right now. I think I go +9. And spoiler, but we win. But it's pretty cool ending, I think. I get 6 snipe right there, and I choked 2 guys for some reason at OS, and I lose the rockets. I was trying to pick up the rockets right there, but I somehow picked up snipe. So right now, it's sort of looking like I think I try to get into the base right here, which what you want to do. I think I might do another video going into the event on maybe Penis or something like that. I would have loved to done. I just got my PC back, so now I'm able to like actually do my own videos. And right here, you see right here, ridiculous if they tie it up, but take it to standoff for a second. Let me see the time. Yeah, I think someone gets a kill, but I would have loved to have a PC over the past couple months. I would have been able to do a lot more videos. I had to rely on Campy to capture and my friend to help me because I didn't have, I only had a MacBook, so I wasn't able to do my own videos as much as I wanted. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow, which would be Wednesday. Going in the event, maybe I'll do like a gameplay commentary breaking down something. Yeah, but who knows? After the event, I'll still do more. It just depends on the state of if everyone wants to see gameplay, MLG gameplay still, even if there is no event, or if you just want to see like clips being uploaded leading into Halo 4. I don't know what you guys want. Let me know. But hope you guys like this vid and check out MLG this weekend at MajorLeagueGaming.com as usual. Check everyone's Twitters. Retweet everyone, promote Facebook. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell everybody. And I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.